Hi, beautiful people. English Listen Easy is back with more real conversations for you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Emma, you look really energetic today.
I am. I just finished my morning English routine and I feel great.
Your morning routine?
Yeah, I listen to a podcast while I eat breakfast, then I read one article before work.
Every single morning?
Every single morning. It's become automatic now.
That's impressive. How long have you been doing it?
About 6 months, and honestly, it's changed my English so much.
Really?
Yeah, I understand way more than I used to, and I remember vocabulary better.
Maybe I need a routine too.
You don't have one?
Not really. I just study randomly whenever I remember.
And how's that working for you?
Not great if I'm being honest.
See, this is why routines are so important.
You're right. And actually, that's perfect because today we're talking about the best daily habits for English learners.
Oh, good. I have so many thoughts on this.
Me too, although most of my thoughts are about what not to do.
Because you've tried everything wrong first?
Exactly. I'm the expert on failed habits.
Well, failures teach us what works, right?
True. All right, listeners, before we dive in, quick reminder. Subscribe so you don't miss our next episodes. We'd love to have you back.
Okay, Jack, let's start with your failures. What habits did you try that didn't work?
Oh man, where do I start? Okay, so last year I tried to study English for 3 hours every Saturday.
And?
And I hated it. Every Saturday I'd wake up and dread my study session.
Did you stick with it?
For like a month, then I gave up completely.
See, that's not a sustainable habit.
I know that now. 3 hours once a week is too much.
Way too much. What else did you try?
I tried switching methods constantly. Like one week I'd use flashcards, next week I'd watch videos, next week I'd do grammar exercises.
So you never stuck with anything?
Nope, I kept thinking the next method would be the magic solution.
But there is no magic solution.
Exactly. I wasted so much time jumping around.
What finally worked for you?
Honestly, I'm still figuring it out, but I've learned that simple daily habits are better than complicated weekly plans.
Yes, that's exactly right.
What about you? What habits have worked for you?
Well, like I said, I have my morning routine, but I also have a few other daily habits.
Tell me about them.
Okay, so every morning I listen to English while I eat breakfast. That's about 15 minutes.
What do you listen to?
Usually a podcast or this YouTube channel we're on right now.
Nice plug.
Thanks. But seriously, I pick something I enjoy, not something boring.
That makes sense. If you enjoy it, you'll actually do it.
Exactly. Then, after breakfast, I read one news article in English.
How long does that take?
Maybe 10 minutes. I don't read long articles, just short ones.
So that's 25 minutes total in the morning.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's consistent.
And you do this every single day?
Well, almost every day. Sometimes I miss a day if I'm really rushed, but I'd say I do it 6 days a week.
That's really good consistency.
Thanks. And then I have an evening habit too.
What's that?
I watch one episode of a TV show in English before bed.
With or without subtitles?
With English subtitles. I'm not good enough for no subtitles yet.
Hey, English subtitles are great. You're still practicing reading and listening at the same time.
That's what I tell myself. And honestly, it doesn't feel like studying because I'm just relaxing and watching TV.
That's the best kind of practice, the kind that doesn't feel like work.
Exactly. So that's my system. Morning listening and reading, evening watching.
And you've been doing this for 6 months.
Yeah, and like I said, my English has improved so much.
I believe it. Consistency is powerful.
It really is. What habits are you trying to build now?
Well, I'm trying to do the same thing you do, listen to something every morning.
How's it going?
Okay, I guess. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks.
That's a good start.
Thanks, but I keep forgetting some days.
That's normal. It takes time to build a habit.
How long does it take?
I've heard it takes about 3 weeks for something to become automatic.
3 weeks?
Yeah, the first 3 weeks are the hardest. You have to force yourself to do it.
And after 3 weeks?
It gets easier. Your brain expects it. It becomes part of your routine.
Wait, what does routine mean exactly?
Oh, routine means a regular way of doing things, like a pattern you follow every day.
So your morning listening and reading is your routine.
Exactly. It's what I do every day without thinking about it.
Got it. So I need to stick with my morning listening for at least 3 weeks before it becomes a routine.
Yeah, and even after 3 weeks, you still need to be careful not to break the habit.
What happens if I miss a day?
Nothing terrible. One missed day won't ruin everything.
Really?
Yeah, just make sure you get back to it the next day.
Don't let one missed day turn into a week.
Exactly. That's when the habit dies.
Good to know. Okay, so we've talked about morning habits. What about afternoon habits?
I don't really have afternoon habits because I'm usually at work.
Same, but I've been trying to practice speaking during my lunch break.
How do you practice speaking alone?
I just talk to myself in English. I describe what I did in the morning or what I'm going to do in the afternoon.
Does it feel weird?
So weird. At first, I felt really stupid talking to myself.
But now?
Now it feels more natural, and I've noticed I can speak more fluently.
That's great. How long do you do it?
Just 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want my coworkers to think I'm crazy.
Fair enough, but that's a smart habit.
Thanks. I'm trying to make it part of my routine.
You're using the word routine now.
I'm learning. Okay, what about vocabulary practice? Do you have a daily habit for that?
Kind of. Whenever I see a new word, I write it down in my phone.
And then what?
And then at the end of the week, I review all the words I collected.
So it's not a daily habit, it's a weekly habit.
The writing down part is daily, the review part is weekly.
That makes sense. Do you use an app for this?
Just the Notes app on my phone, nothing fancy.
And does it help you remember the words?
Yeah, because I'm writing them down right when I see them. That helps my brain make a connection.
And then reviewing them at the end of the week reinforces the memory.
Exactly.
I should try that. Right now, I just see new words and forget them immediately.
Yeah, that doesn't work very well.
Not at all. Okay, let's talk about some habits that don't work.
Oh, this should be fun.
So one habit I tried was memorizing word lists from a book.
How did that go?
Terrible. I'd memorize like 50 words and then forget them all the next day.
Because you weren't using them in context?
Exactly. They were just random words with no connection to real life.
Yeah, that doesn't stick.
What about you? What habits failed for you?
I tried doing grammar exercises every day for 30 minutes.
And
And I quit after a week because it was so boring.
grammar exercises are the worst.
They really are. I mean, they have their place, but doing them every day is torture.
Agreed. What else didn't work?
I tried setting a goal to learn 10 new words every day.
That sounds reasonable.
It was too much pressure. Some days I'd find 10 words easily, other days I couldn't find any.
So the goal was too rigid?
Yeah, it made learning feel like a chore instead of something natural.
What would you do differently now?
I'd make the goal more flexible, like learn new words when you encounter them, but don't force a specific number.
That's smarter. It takes the pressure off.
Exactly. Learning should feel natural, not forced.
Okay, so let's talk about what actually makes a good daily habit.
Good idea. What's the most important thing?
I think it has to be something you can do in 15 minutes or less.
Why 15 minutes?
Because if it takes longer, it's too easy to make excuses and skip it.
That's true. 15 minutes is short enough that you can always find time.
Right. Even on your busiest day, you have 15 minutes.
What else makes a good habit?
It should be something you actually enjoy.
Why?
Because if you hate it, you won't stick with it. You'll quit after a few weeks.
That makes sense. So if you hate reading, don't make reading your daily habit.
Exactly. Pick something you like. Maybe listening to music or watching funny videos.
As long as it's in English?
As long as it's in English, yeah.
What else?
I think it should be at the same time every day.
Why does timing matter?
Because it helps your brain remember. If you always practice at 8 a.m., your brain will expect it at 8 a.m.
So it becomes automatic?
Right. It's part of your routine.
What if your schedule changes every day?
Then pick a trigger instead of a time.
A trigger?
Yeah, like something that always happens. For example, right after breakfast or right before bed.
Oh, so the trigger is the event, not the time.
Exactly. For you, breakfast is the trigger for listening to English.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right.
Triggers are really helpful for building habits.
What's your trigger?
Right now, my trigger is when I sit down at my desk at work. That's when I listen to a 5-minute podcast.
That's smart. So you're combining a habit you already have with a new habit.
Exactly. It's called habit stacking.
Habit stacking.
Yeah, you take an existing habit and add a new habit right after it.
So like, after I brush my teeth, I'll review 3 vocabulary words?
Perfect example.
I love that. It makes it so much easier.
Way easier. Because you're not trying to remember to do something random. You're connecting it to something you already do automatically.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. What habit should I stack?
What do you already do every day without thinking?
I drink coffee every morning.
Okay, so while your coffee's brewing, you could practice speaking for 3 minutes.
Oh, I could describe my plans for the day in English.
Perfect. That's habit stacking.
I'm excited to try this.
You should be. It really works.
All right, should we recap the best daily habits for listeners?
Sure. So first, morning listening. Listen to a podcast or video in English while you eat breakfast or drink coffee.
Second, morning reading. Read one short article in English, just 5 or 10 minutes.
Third, speaking practice during the day. Talk to yourself in English for 5 minutes. Describe your day or your plans.
Fourth, write down new vocabulary whenever you see it. Review the list at the end of the week.
Fifth, evening watching. Watch one episode of a TV show in English before bed. Use English subtitles if needed.
And remember, each habit should take 15 minutes or less.
Pick habits you actually enjoy, not habits you think you should do.
Do your habits at the same time every day or connect them to a trigger.
Use habit stacking to combine new habits with existing habits.
And don't worry if you miss a day, just get back to it the next day.
The first 3 weeks are the hardest. After that, it becomes a routine.
Perfect recap.
Thanks. And Emma, I have a bonus tip.
What is it?
Track your habits. Put a check mark on a calendar every day you do them.
Oh, we talked about that in the consistency episode.
We did, and it's worth repeating because tracking really helps.
It does. When you see a chain of check marks, you don't want to break it.
Exactly. It's motivating.
Okay, I'm definitely going to track my new habit stacking experiment.
Good. Let me know how it goes.
I will. All right, let's remind everyone about our word of the episode.
Right. The word was routine.
It means a regular way of doing things, like a pattern you follow every day.
Like, my morning routine includes coffee and a podcast. Or, I'm trying to build a study routine.
Perfect examples. And listeners, try writing one sentence in the comments using the word routine. This will help you remember the word better because you'll create the context and write it down yourself.
Yeah. Try writing a sentence like, my evening routine helps me relax. Or, I want to create a better morning routine.
Great examples. We'd love to see your sentences.
All right, everyone. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening.
If this episode helped you, please like it, share it, and subscribe. We really appreciate your support.
And remember, the best daily habits are small, enjoyable, and consistent.
Don't try to do too much. Just pick 1 or 2 habits and stick with them.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone, and good luck building your routines.
You can do this.
Bye.